Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. And this is 2025 New Year. I wish you all a peaceful New Year. I don't wish Happy New Year. With happiness, you cannot be happy all the time. But peace, that is more important. So wish you all a peaceful New Year. We start the slideshow. Today's topic, common sense is sixth sense. My dear friends, have you heard anybody giving a talk on common sense? If you have not listened to somebody giving a talk on common sense, in the chat box, please put no. I would like to know whether what I'm going to say will be something new for you. If you have not heard, yes, no, Ravendran. What about others? Only likewise, Suresh Kumar. My dear friends, please participate actively. Okay, Ramanayarji, okay. Active participation, interactive session. Lada Manoharji, thank you. Because in an offline session, I'll be able to see your faces. Then even if you don't say from your body language, I'll be able to understand. Now, I won't be able to read your body language. Most of you have not turned on the camera. So that is why I'm asking you to give your response. My talks are based on facts, experience, quotes, and thoughts. When I say thoughts, my own thoughts. One of my favorite hobbies, I have many hobbies. One of my favorite hobbies is thinking. Have you heard anybody saying that, what is your hobby? They may say, oh, playing cricket or watching movies. How often do you find somebody saying that the hobby is thinking? That's a fact. When I get some free time, I think. When I see something, I think. When I read something, I think. So that is my favorite hobby. And when I think, okay, I get new ideas, new thoughts. So that is what I'm going to share. Common sense is not so common. Voltaire, when did he say? In the 18th century. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. Voltaire's that quote. Common sense is not so common. Yes, Krishna Arjunan agreed. Anthony G agreed. Okay, Santosh agreed. So now you know the relevance of this talk. Common sense is not so common. The word is a misnomer. It should be uncommon sense. It is common sense. That is not the right term. It is uncommon sense. Okay, Dadaji, thank you. Common sense is a must for accomplishing success and happiness. My dear friends, I will convince you. That is my own thought. That means I have to convince you. That is valid. Being a medical doctor, I'm going to use a medical analogy. There are many vitamins. Vitamin B complex, one of the vitamins. The deficiency of vitamin B complex, lack of vitamin B complex in the body, that can cause serious physical and mental health problems. Ladaji, do you agree? She is a homeopath. Do you agree? If you agree, put the thumbs up. Okay? Yes. So that vitamin deficiency will have serious impact. The same way, common sense deficiency, which is very common, that creates a lot of adverse effects on our physical health, mental health, and emotional health. Yes, everything I will give you, real life examples. Again, my own thought. Knowledge plus common sense. That is wisdom. I try to make it easy and simple. If you have knowledge, if that knowledge is not mixed with common sense, there's no wisdom. I always do Google search to find out how many books are there on this topic. Common Sense, Thomas Paine. The Death of Common Sense. And the Common Sense Parenting. Many parents, they don't have the common sense. And I am sure that you will agree with this fact. Even a 1-year-old child, 2-year-old child, the parents give the mobile phone. And then they get addicted to the screen, online screen. Then subsequently, they won't enjoy the company, they won't interact with other people, they will be completely glued with their mobile phone. And it has got serious, I repeat, serious impact on the intellectual development, mental health. They don't go out and play, so lack of physical activity. And they spend 4 to 6 hours, it is eye health. These days, I talked to one of my friends who is an ophthalmologist in Trivandrum, he's a professor. He told me, yes, he's seeing more and more children with vision problems. This is because of lack of common sense. Am I right? If I am right, put R in the chat box. That is only one example. Okay, thank you, Renaraji. And what about the junk food? Junk food, children love junk food. The potato fries, ice cream, all these junk foods which are not good for health. The parents take them to all these malls and they eat out. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. And then subsequently what happens? They develop all the health problems. Then they have to take the children to the doctors. Often, obesity is very common. Lack of common sense. What is common sense? Common sense is the ability to make good judgment and decisions. I read it once again. I will read. Ability to make good judgment and decisions. Again, my own quote. Good thinking skills are the fertilizers for the growth and development of common sense. Poor thinking skills are fertilizers for the growth and development of nonsense. Is this clear? If it is clear, put C in the chat box. I want to know. Because what exactly, how do you, yes, Devendraji. The good thinking skills. How often people think? They are very impulsive. Kala pettennu kettal kayareduttondu odum. That's a Malayalam saying. Okay, they don't even think. How can a bull give birth to a calf? Ramanarji, do you like that one? Show your thumbs up. Do you like that one? Ramanarji, can you hear me? Show your thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Now, what about the thinking skills? There are 7 types of thinking skills. Do you know? If you don't know, put no in the chat box. Because I want to make sure that whatever I'm going to tell you is something new for the new year. This 2025. No, Vendanaji. Okay, Ladamanaji, no. Thank you. I learned this 1985. I clearly remember that year. Because that is when I went to the Institute of Management and Government, IMG, for a management training, a 2-week-long management training. I went to the library. Before that, I used to go to our medical college library. And here I found books on thinking, books on communication. Okay, I pulled out books on the thinking. Then I came across all these different kinds of thinking. I invested my time and energy to understand. It is not a fiction. It is not a storybook. So I read that one and again, think, I understood. So I know all these 7 types of thinking skills. I'm going to show that list because we don't have that much of time. My dear friends, I have the lot of information and knowledge about this common sense and thinking skills. I can give a talk for 5 hours, that is 300 minutes. What am I going to do today? This talk will be only for 45 minutes. So I'll be sharing only 15% of what I know. 15%. Abstract thinking. What it means is ideas, invisible concepts. That is what abstract thinking. Concrete thinking. Okay. That is solid. Using the 5 senses. Concrete thinking. Convergent thinking. Okay, if there is a problem or some problems, you think in such a way, you try to find one solution. You try to find one solution, everything. Concentrated, focus. Just again, you use the magnifying of sunlight, that holding that glass magnifying lens, the beams are focused. That is convergent thinking. Divergent thinking. One problem, you come with many solutions. Oh, you can do this way, or you can do that way, or you can do this way, or plan A, plan B, plan C. There are more options. That is divergent thinking. Analytical thinking. Okay, there's a problem. You analyze step by step logic. You apply logic. That is analytical thinking. Then creative thinking. That is where all these poets, music directors, movie songs, Vailar Ramavarma, Anand Bakshi, or Kannadasan, creative thinking. That's when they come with Kannadasan, that song, Ponal Pogattum Poda. Ishwaran Hinduvalla. Vailar song. Anand Bakshi again. Ye kya hua, kaise hua, kab hua, kyo hua. All these songs, that is creative thinking. And coming with a name also. iPod. Right now you find iPod, iPhone. That is a creative thinking. Steve Jobs came with that one, iPhone. Now plenty of people are copying that one. iMac, I. That is creative thinking. Then critical thinking, that is the most important. You may find, yeah, this could be plan A, plan B, plan C. Then you have to critically think, which is the best one? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? As being a medical doctor again, we constantly use the critical thinking skills. Patient comes with symptoms, headache, fever. Oh, we have to think, what are the possibilities? Whether this or this, this infection, that infection, And what are the other symptoms? A doctor without good critical thinking skills won't be able to make the right diagnosis. So far, is everything clear? I know I have given you a bird's eye view of that 7 thinking skills. If it is clear, put C in the chat box. Because I don't want to confuse you with a lot of information. Okay, thank you. Everybody gets so much information all day long that they lose their common sense. She lived, she died. When did she die? In 1946, almost 80 years back. 8 years back, there was no social media, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, and very few newspapers. Even then, at that time, she was saying so much of information. What about now? 21st century, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, some hundreds of channels, 24-hour news, information. People are drowned. Too much of information. When you get more information, you need time to think, process. Time is fixed resource, 24 hours. If you go sleep for 8 hours, then 16 hours. And in that 16 hours, if you are going for work, 8 hours. Then other activities, you don't have that much time to think. Am I clear? Is it crystal clear? Put CC. Put CC. Then what should you do? That I'm going to tell you. How to reduce that information overload. Thank you, Ladaji and Roy Cherianji. Simple. Don't unnecessarily join this so many social media. Long time back, I registered with the Facebook, but I am not at all active. I don't go to Facebook. I'm not into Instagram. And WhatsApp again, no, very limited only. Not even my MBBS group, batch group, I'm not there. Pre-degree, no. SSLC, no. Residence Association, no. Why? What is the necessity? So I have only very few messages. So I can just finish everything within, say, 30 minutes. Whereas I know some people, so many groups, and they spend 3 to 4 hours reviewing their WhatsApp messages. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. I'm talking, this is common sense. What I'm sharing is common sense. I'm applying that common sense. I don't want to be flooded with all this information. Information overload. I gave a talk recently on cognitive overload. Especially children, teenagers. They don't know. They are looking for how many likes, dislikes, and they feel depressed. Am I right? Because when they post something, they expect many people to like how many likes? Some dislikes, okay. They lose their mood. They feel depressed, angry, upset. Because my own son, initially, he was a bit upset. I told him. So now, these days, no. When he sends that one, how many likes? I said, stop looking for the likes. Don't expect everybody to like what you say. That will give peace of mind. When I'm giving a talk, yeah, some people are not going to like. Some people may not agree. So what? So what? I cannot. Even God cannot please everybody. That is why some people even blame the God. Am I right? That's an old song. Kannu thorakkaatha deivangale. Okay. So people are not happy. Even God cannot please. Then why the hell should you lose your peace of mind if somebody doesn't like you or like your comment? That is it. It's their problem. It's not my problem. Common sense. Less is more. Robert Browning. Less is more. And I'm sure if you compare my PowerPoint slides to other speakers, you'll find I put less information. They are not crowded. 99% of the time, not more than 7 lines. 99% of the time, not more than 7 lines. If there's a word, if there is a sentence, not more than 7 words. Less is more. Midam cha, sharam cha, vajohi, vakmida. Ability to say a lot in few words is true eloquence. I learned this one from my friend, Dr. Suresh Kumar. He is a pediatrician. He is in Karakota. Yesterday, when I was talking to him, I'm going to give a talk on this one, and I asked him, what do you think about less is more? Then he shared this Sanskrit saying. I was not aware of this Sanskrit saying. It means ability to communicate, share your information eloquently with few words. Kabir Das ke dohe, some of you might have read during your school days. Couplets, everything is there. Tiruvalluvar, 2 or 3 lines. Only 2 things are infinite, the universe and the human stupidity. Do you know who said this one? If you don't know, put N in the chat box. Do you know who said there are 2 things that are infinite? Universe and, okay, Shanmur Rajeshwari, okay, Santosh. Thank you. Yes, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein. Because I shared this quotation 2 or 3 times in the past. So people without dementia, they will remember. So that gentleman, that Albert Einstein, Dr. Ravindranath, he doesn't have dementia, so he is able to recall. Einstein. And if you want to know whether Albert Einstein has a rich sense of humor, I have edited that whole quotation. Now you are going to see the whole quotation. And I'm not sure about the former. So he is not sure whether the universe is infinite, but he is absolutely sure that human stupidity is infinite. Do you like it? If you like it, put L, that Albert Einstein. Then I'm going to show you the slides which I'm going to show you, that will convince you that Albert Einstein's that quotation is 100% accurate. Thank you, Sanmaravishi. Kerala man, newspaper, screenshot. Kerala man loses rupees 4 crore after downloading an app from WhatsApp. A man from Kerala lost 4.5 crores after falling victim to a cyber scam involving a fake investment app downloaded from a WhatsApp link. My dear friends, tell me, are you not seeing such news every day? More and more news? People who lost their money? Cyber scam? I mean, total for you, one young guy, 21-year-old Shabrinath, crores. Who put the money there? The retirees. All their savings from Provident Fund. 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs because of the greed. He was able to push the greed button. Okay, if you put that money within 6 months, you will get 1 lakh, you will get 1.5 lakhs. Am I right, Ramendran? He's a banker. That happened. They don't even think. They are retirees. All their lifetime savings. And the money they wanted to use for the wedding of their daughter. Completely gone. On Pradeep Rana. Why? No common sense. If you agree, put A. Lack of common sense. Not everybody reports. Not everybody who loses money comes as a report in the newspaper. In the newspaper, if it is coming one, you can imagine there will be easily 100 such cases. 100. If the newspaper reports one incident of rape, do you think that only one rape happened? There will be hundreds of rapes. Am I clear? Am I clear? So, this is only a glimpse of that one. One astrologer in Kerala, he sells amulets. And he says that Dana Akarshana Yantram, I'll read it out for you. Scientifically conducting Shatru Samhara Puja, success over enemies, and solve financial problems, loans, and also health problems, and attracts wealth and prosperity. Have you seen such advertisement? This guy's advertisement, if you have seen, put yes in the chat box, my dear friends. If you have seen this ad, newspapers, magazines, okay, thank you, Ladaji. And what do? I am like an investigative journalist. In 15 years back, when I was in Trivandrum, I was in Kerala for nearly 5 years. I used to call these people. I called him. I talked to him. Obviously, he cannot see me. So I gave a fake name. I told him, I'm going to go election. Dhanakarshana Bhairavi Yantram, I have seen your ad. So how much does it cost? And he said that ordinary one, 3,500 rupees. Deluxe one, special one, 5,000 rupees. Then I asked him, okay, what is the difference between the ordinary and the deluxe? Power kudu. A deluxe will have more power. Then I asked him, how long will it take for that yantram to work? If I buy and if I just wear it around my arm, how long? How much time? Oru masam. You'll start seeing the result within 1 month. Then I told him, see, look, എനിക്ക് ഒരു 50 ലക്ഷത്തിന്റെ കടമുണ്ട് ബാങ്കിൽ. Because I have taken a loan from a bank, 50 lakhs. And how will I get the money? That 50 lakhs, from where? And I'm having cancer, lung cancer. And the doctors told me that it is already advanced. So how will it cure my cancer and this one? He hung up. He hung up because he realized, okay, this is a guy who is thinking and he's asking a lot of questions. And I contacted the newspapers and the magazines to find out how much is spending for these ads. I learned 50,000 to 1 lakh rupee every month. So if he is spending that much money, he must be getting at least 3 or 4 times more. Then I went to the Manakad post office. I'm talking about 15 years ago. There was no the money transfer, Google Pay or the banking. No, by money order or some draft. I went to the post office and I talked to the postmaster. Does he get a lot of drafts and money order? Oh yes, plenty from the Gulf. He told me plenty from the Middle East. Yeah, Middle East, all these guys go for the manual labor. And they, okay, RDG with them. So they want, okay, quick money. And this guy is saying that, okay, I'll fix everything. Where is the common sense? Are you convinced that there is no common sense? And if he has got so many hundreds of Dhanashamayarendra, why the hell? Why does he have to put advertisement and why does he have to sell that one? He doesn't have to sell. He can sit at home and he can get all the money every month. No thinking. No thinking. What is happening? It is continuing. So far, is it interesting? Insightful? If it is interesting and insightful, put I in the chat box. Because this is a topic you have not heard before. And now I am, yes, thank you, Ravindranathji. I am making it, Ravindran, yes, Samsung. If you look around, that's why 80 to 90% of the people, they lack common sense. 80 to 90%. I also didn't have that much of common sense before 1985. Because I read books, the topic thinking skills. That one empowered me. That is how I became, okay, my common sense level is much better than what it was before. Man hit by train in quest for perfect selfie. Okay, oncoming train is coming and they want to take a selfie and stand in front of the train hits. Do you know hundreds of people every year in India, they die while taking a selfie by standing in the train track? Do you know? If you know, put yes in the chat box. Are you aware of this fact? So there, that lack of common sense killed. It kills. Yes, Ramendraji, that is the point. Hundreds. You do the Google, you will find how many. Is it happening only in India? No. In America also. Here also. So the lack of common sense, it is a universal. That is why Albert Einstein, after coming to USA, especially after coming to USA, this is a country where the common sense level is very, very low. I have experienced because at work, I had to deal with the patients. For example, a patient came with a throat pain and diagnosed pharyngitis. So it was a viral pharyngitis. So he didn't require any antibiotic. So I told him, okay, just gargle throat with a warm saline, that is salt water, 3 times a day. Then don't eat anything that is cold. Drink anything is cold till the symptoms are gone. Then after that, I asked him, do you have any questions? Then he asked me, can I eat ice cream? I'm not kidding. Can I eat ice cream? Then I gave a response with a little bit of sarcasm. If it is hot, if the ice cream is hot, yeah, definitely. You can eat ice cream. Then he said, I get it, doctor. I get it, doctor. So that is what they don't even think. There are numerous stories, numerous examples. We don't have that much time. I have given you one example. Kerala, newlywed couple, kin dies after falling into river while taking selfie near Tirunelveli. The rear bank, when they are very keen about taking a selfie. What about that young couple? Upar gaya. So you get killed. No common sense. This mobile phone has done a lot of harm, actually. Some people, they don't know how to use the mobile phone. The camera, everybody has become a selfie. And the screen time, internet addiction, children. These gadgets are useful if you know how to use it wisely. If you don't know how to use it wisely, very same gadgets can do a lot of harm. "97 hartals in a year, God's own country. Kerala brought it to its knees. Each hartal burns rupees 200 crore hole in the economy of the state, with the tourism sector coming to a grinding halt. Kerala tourism, the neighboring state Tamil Nadu, the revenue they make is more than 2 times. Kerala has beautiful beaches, hill stations, greenery. Tourist inflow is less because of all these hartals. This happened. I will share a real life story. While I was working in the hospital some 8 or 9 years back, one of my patients, he asked me, where are you from? Are you from Pakistan or India? Because from the hardware, they won't know whether I'm from Pakistan or India. I said, I'm from India. Oh, really? Which part of India? Then I told him, you might not have heard that place, that state. called Kerala. Kerala. It is near the Sri Lanka. Oh, I see. Is it a good place to visit? I said, yes. Yes. We have wildlife, that one, elephant, and we have beautiful rivers and beaches, backwater. I was trying to act as a brand ambassador for Kerala. And he said that, oh, my neighbor, he is trying to go to India next month for a 10 days of holiday. Could you please write down the name of your state so that I can ask him to go visit that place also? So I gave him the name. 6 months later, he came for a follow-up. And I remembered. I said, hey, last time told me that your neighbor was going to India. Did he go to my state? And he said, no, he is angry. We are not on talking terms. My neighbor is not on talking terms. I asked him, what happened? He went there to spend 2 days in your state and some kind of a lockdown, because they were not able to use the word hartal or bandh. Some kind of a lockdown. He was trapped inside his hotel. He could not go anywhere else. He could not even get good food. He is mad at me. After that, I stopped. After that, I stopped at recommending Kerala as a tourist destination. Hartal, hartal, hartal. What do they accomplish of the hartal? It has become some kind of somebody announces hartal. Many people are happy, public. They go to the beverages corporation, buy some liquor and go to chicken and buy the chicken at home. Yeah, eat and drink and enjoy. Hartal has become a celebration. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box, my dear friends. Put R in the chat box. There are 28 states. Do you see such kind of a hartal mania in any other state? Only in Kerala, and literacy rate is high. Common sense level is low. Very low common sense. And we brag about it. Prabuddha Kerala. Prabuddha Kerala. What is Prabuddha? The word Buddha means Ramanayarji. Buddha means enlightened. Prabuddha means super enlightened. This is the super enlightenment. Why this businessman quit Kerala? Kitex Sabu. 3 years back, because of all this harassment, hostility by the government, sales tax department, minister, industries, everything, he was about to invest 3,000 crores, generate employment for more than 10,000 people. From Telangana, a guy with a lot of common sense, Telangana, Industries Minister, K.T. Ramarao, he sent a chartered plane. It was a COVID period. And took him there. He invested more than 3,000 crores in Telangana. Who is the loser? Kerala. Kerala public. And do they care? No. And last year, 2024, the profit they made was more than 186%. 186%. And here it says, world's second largest children's garment producer, abandoning Kerala for Telangana. No common sense. Education. Oh, okay. This is the latest news. The center against all pass method, Kerala reluctant to implement. All pass. People even pass SSLC without knowing how to write their own name without any spelling error. The education that Secretary Shanawaz recently, he said that people with the A and A plus, they cannot even write one sentence. So quality of education gone down. Why? Because they want people unemployable. If you create people with no self-confidence, quality education, they will remain unemployed. The politicians want unemployed youth, frustrated unemployed youth, then only they can hartal or stone pelting. Who will go and do all those things? They want poverty and unemployment. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. Their selfish interest. These leaders, they are not going to go and throw stones. Who? All these unemployed. If they have got some job, they won't go for all this nonsense. Okay, Laraji. Freebies will derail India's story. We know that one. Yeah, freebie. Then where is the money subsequently for the government for the development projects? Already Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, freebie. They are not able to even pay the pensioners. And what about the public? They are not even thinking. When others say that, okay, don't go for the freebie development, they don't care. Freebie? Yeah. Free bus ride? Yeah. Where will the money come from? Just like that Dhanakarsha Bhairavi Yantram. That guy said that Dhanakarsha will love money. And where will the money come from? It is 1,000 times better to have common sense without education than to have education without common sense. Do you agree? People with a PhD, plenty of guys with a PhD, their common sense level is below zero. In America, they say PhD means permanent head damage. And especially now these days in Kerala, it's very easy to get PhD. Without mentioning the name, you know some people, how they got the PhD. Vadakwala. And many other people, they get PhD. Science is nothing but train and organize the common sense. In science, scientists ask many questions. What, why, when, how? They are looking for facts. They are looking for evidence. So that is organize the common sense. Many sophisticated, intelligent people lack wisdom and common sense. We should practice what we preach to our patients, psychiatrists. Good number of doctors, they lack common sense. We know alcohol is bad for health. Alcohol can cause liver failure. And it is increasing. More and more doctors, they are addicted to alcohol. In my own personal ring, my contact 3 doctors, they died before reaching the age 55 because of alcohol consumption and liver failure. We preach. The patient, no, we had a cardiologist in Trivandrum. He says, no, smoking is not good for health. And in his shirt, always he carries 555 brand cigarette. He carries 555 brand cigarette and he advises the patient, you should not smoke. The greatest wealth is health. Yeah, this is 2000 years old. But what? People, do they do the right things to protect their health? No. Junk food. All this soda, all this fast food is good for hospitals and doctors. Their own health. No, they ruin. Common sense is in spite of, not as the result of education. Actually, our formal education kills the common sense. Dhirubhai Ambani, 10th grader, he used his common sense and he built that empire. No MBA. My own father, a 4th grader, no MBA, 4th grader. He started a business in 1955. Even now it is running, even after nearly 70 years. Very successful. He never used to put any ads in any newspaper. He common sense, okay, customer, low price. Reduce the profit margin. And became very popular. People said, okay, if there's a MRP, that is maximum retail price recommended is, say, 50 rupees, he will sell it for 45 rupees. 10%. Common sense. I'm not stupid. I mean, I didn't go to college, but I got a lot of common sense. Less spending is more saving. Less talking, more listening. This is common sense. Don't live beyond your means. If you get, say, 20,000 rupees, try to live within 15,000. So you'll have some money, 5,000 saving. But what do we see? Many people, they get 20,000, they borrow money, and especially after credit card, then they are in debt. There's an old Tamil movie song, 50-year-old song. Varavu ettana, chelavu pattana, adhigam rendana, kadasil tundana, tundana, tundana. That song. Less talking, more listening. A good conversation with somebody, listen to that person. You will learn something from that person. If I am talking, I'm not going to learn many things. I'm going to share what I know. If I listen to somebody, yesterday also I listened to that friend, Dr. Sadish Kumar. I learned that one, that Sanskrit saying. By listening to that person, I immediately asked him, could you please just text that one in the WhatsApp? That's how we learn. Listening, good listening. Upcoming talk, next Thursday, tips for success. Try to ask your children, grandchildren to join that session. After that, Crow personality. Same Zoom link, same passcode. Okay, we have 10 minutes, time management. We have 10 minutes for Q&A session. If you want to ask me any questions related to this topic, please feel free to ask me. Yes, Ramanayarji, you are unmuted. You want to say something?
I have only a comment because you talked about many things which were related to the what shoemaker told long back. And you could have mentioned or acknowledged shoemakers, small is beautiful also among the books. That is what I felt. Thank you.
What is that shoemaker? I don't understand.
Shoemaker is an author. He's a very famous author. His philosophy also works like what you told. And one of his famous book is Small is Beautiful.
Oh, I see. I haven't heard that name and I haven't read. So I have no problem in admitting ignorance. If I don't know something, I say I don't know. I don't pretend. Otherwise, if I say, oh, shoemaker, oh, yeah, right. That's what I see. Some people, they don't know anything about that one. Yes, the shoemaker, yes. And not only the shoemaker, you know that the plane maker also said like that. They may even come with some shoemaker, then plane maker or car maker. They are good at lying. Okay, thank you, Ramanayarji. Anybody else? Why people are suddenly silent? Don't worry. You may be wondering whether what I ask will be stupid question or a stupid comment, and what will that person think? What will others think? That fear of criticism. Don't worry. This is the best opportunity for you to ask me so that I can clarify. Okay, Mr. Jagat Simhan, you want to say something or you want to ask something? You have unmuted. Jagat Simhan.
Hello, doctor.
Yeah, Samsung. Okay, why don't you just, if you don't mind, turn on your camera.
Doctor, your topic is common sense and related with the sixth sense, and you have not mentioned sixth sense. Is
Okay,
it a
good.
different?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Actually,
thank you.
it is a difference between common sense and sixth sense.
Okay, thank
You may
you.
please,
Thank you.
please differentiate.
I will explain. I'm going to explain.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
explain. Usually, if you look at the dictionary definition, sixth sense is intuition. They will say sixth sense is intuition. But I am sharing my own thoughts. Here, that one is, we have 5 senses. We get information through ears, through eyes, through touch, through taste, temperature, skin. Once you get that information, the mind has to process that information. And if you apply common sense, yes. For example, when you get out of the house in the morning, you see it is cloudy. It is cloudy. So use the common sense. It may rain later. There's a possibility of raining. Take an umbrella with you. That is common sense. And I have seen many people, they leave the home. It is not raining now. And they go and somewhere they get stuck when it rains. So that is how I am using this sixth sense, is the common sense. So how the brain processes the input you are getting from the five senses. This is not from any book. I'm not here to just like a parrot, whatever I read somewhere and yeah, to vomit that one. But on the Shardikan Allah. I told you my hobby is thinking. I think. So that is how I came up with this one. Common sense is sixth sense. Okay, that is what it is. You can accept it or you can reject it. I have no problem. Is it convincing for some of you? If it is convincing, put C in the chat box. I have shared some real example. If it is convincing, put C in the chat box, my dear friends. Yes.
Doctor, may I ask you that? Doctor, may I ask you that the sixth sense is actually practical? It is a subjective experience, isn't it?
First and foremost thing, I would like you to read and learn these 7 types of thinking skills. Then you will know there is a common sense, the relationship between. Not everything is objective. There will be subjective also. The decisions what we make, not always based on objectivity. There will be subjectivity also. Okay. Okay, thank you, Samira Yusri. Yeah, convinced. Okay, anybody else with any other questions or any thoughts? The best thing is, please invest your time, energy in learning these different thinking skills. They made a big difference. Huge difference. I'll give you another real life example, common sense. For getting the PIO card, I'm talking about in 2006. That is person of Indian origin card from the Indian consulate. I got the forms, application forms for me and for my son. My son was at that time 14 years old. 14 years old. And when I went through that form, it says that if the applicant is below 16 years, then they want a thumbprint, not signature, thumbprint. And that thumbprint, blue ink pad. In America, they don't use the blue ink pad. Here, all these banks and everywhere, it is a black ink pad. In my hospital, black ink pad. So then I went to a office stationery depot and find out whether they sell blue ink pot. Yes, that one, ink pad, $10. I thought, what, $10 to spend for one-time thumb imprint? I was not happy. So what did I do? Thinking, convergent, divergent, creative thinking. And okay, what about putting some ink on his thumb and taking a print? Then I looked around and he had some sketching pen, sketch pens, different color, red, yellow, orange, green, blue. I took one and I just put that one on my thumb and I put a finger. Yes, it is blue thumbprint. I took a print from my son using that one and I sent it. He got the PAO card. Common sense, I saved it $10. After doing that one, Then subsequently, when I came to know about another family, they also had applied for the PAO card. That family not in my place, in another state. So I was like, hey, how did you? What about your children? They are minors. That blue. Oh, என்ன சொல்றதுக்கு இது தமிழின் ஃபேமிலி என்ன சொல்றதுக்கு தண்டம் $10 போச்சு $10 போச்சு. And I told him, hey, you could have used the sketch pen. Oh, sketch pen seriயாது. They will reject that one. It won't work. There's no common sense. First of all, that guy in the consulate office, he is not going to do the micro analysis whether this one was used by a sketch pen. All he wants is a thumbprint. The color should be blue. That's all. Then I told him, again, I tried to pull his leg. நான் இந்த sketch pen இருக்குல்ல அதை வச்சு சரியாது கிடைக்காது சார், you are unnecessarily taking a risk. It will more time you'll be wasting. Then I told him, I already done. I got the PAO card. Okay, good. Then what is the response? You are lucky. He is not willing to accept. Again, he is saying, I am lucky. That is what it is. So I use common sense. Any shopping, anywhere. For buying a car, I use the common sense. First of all, if I want to buy a car, use the car. Why should I spend for a new car? Because any Toyota, Honda car, even up to 150,000 miles, well maintained, no problem. That is a track record. And if it is some 50,000 miles, you will be able to immediately, the price will come down by $5,000 or $6,000. You are saving $5,000 to $6,000 right away. So I buy only used car. That again, when I go to buy, I don't buy on the beginning of the month. I use the common sense. By the end of the month, the salesperson, they will have a target. They may have to sell some 20 cars. And they may be finding it difficult to meet. Okay, they have to sell 5 more cars to meet that target. So towards the end of the month, when I go there, okay, then I say, no, this price is high. Okay, you can, if they ask $18,000, okay, maybe I can give you some $16,000. Oh, that's not true. I can bring down 18,000 to, 17,800, something like that, bargaining, and eventually I end up buying it for $17,000. Common sense. This I learned from my own father. My father, his business success, he was very good at buying low. He used to buy goods low price. So he was able to sell for a low price. So in the competition, all the other shops, when they are selling 50 rupees, he was able to sell it for 45 rupees. Because if they bought it for, say, 40 rupees, my father bought it for 35 rupees. So he gets still 10 rupees. The other guy bought it for 40 rupees and he sells for 50 rupees, he gets 10 rupees. But the customers, when they come, oh, okay, good morning, sir. Yeah, you can buy, you can save some money. No PhD, no MBA, 4th grader. My father taught me how to use common sense. Okay, I believe that this talk has served good purpose. And don't go away. I'm going to stop the recording. Then we can continue. I'll be able to share more stories.